the expanse, domination, scarcity, and class struggle. The Expanse is a remarkable exception in the contemporary landscape of transmedia science fiction, for its unique origins and the depth of its political insights. Developed from a role-playing game by Ty Frank, it follows an unusual pre-adaptation path. It was originally designed as a serial story that could be transformed into animated images, before it became a famous book. This hybrid creative process crystallizes in the novels written in collaboration with Daniel Abraham under the collective pseudonym James S. A. Corey, which subsequently served as the foundation for an ambitious television series, followed by a video game expansion focused on Kamina drama. The Expanse is distinguished not just by its narrative ambition, but also by its capacity to uphold thematic and aesthetic consistency. This is not merely a simple exercise in commercial variation or narrative recycling, but instead represents a sophisticated interplay of various media in a cohesive universe. The Expanse kicks off in a solar system that has been colonized, yet remains deeply fragmented. While humanity has taken over near space, it has failed to address its core contradictions. The narrative opens with the enigmatic vanishing of a young woman named Julie Mao. Originating from the elite of Earth, she is tied to the Belter culture. This seemingly minor event triggers a series of events that will quickly destabilize the precarious balance between powers. Through a succession of investigations, diplomatic conflicts, insurrections, and groundbreaking scientific discoveries, including that of the protomolecule, a technological entity of extraterrestrial origin, the series explores the rise of the margins and the moral failure of the centers. The personal journeys of the main characters, Alden, Naomi, Amos, Alex, and Rama, intertwine with the broader dynamics of power. The fictional universe of The Expanse returns to a mapping of contemporary tensions transposed to an interplanetary scale. Earth, as the historical matrix of humanity, embodies advanced capitalism in a state of decomposition. In a context where market dynamics have reached their limits, making human work nearly redundant, yet still upholding profoundly unequal power dynamics. In that context, the economic framework is based on extensive automation, which has caused a significant retreat of people from productive labor. In response to this employment crisis, institutions have implemented a universal income known as BASIC, which is intended as a tool to curb social instability. This income, presented as a tool for inclusion, effectively functions as a biopolitical instrument of neutralization. Biopolitics is a term that refers to a concept introduced by Michel Foucault. It denotes the mechanisms by which institutions manage populations, not only through law or repression, but also by controlling life itself: health, reproduction, access to resources and work, nutrition, and so on. Thus, on Earth, citizenship becomes disembodied, as voters are treated as managed consumers within an algorithmic mass control framework. Life management becomes a matter of statistics, quotas, and regulations. Dignity is no longer an end, but a balance to strike. Fortunately, it's not like that here at all. In the face of this stagnation, Mars offers a counter-utopian model based on the ideal of terraformation. Martian society is founded on a meritocratic ethic, invoking feelings of collective belonging and sacrifice for a civilizational project. This technocratic utopia has its issues. When the appearance of the ring renders the Martian dream obsolete by opening simpler paths to new worlds, Martian unity falls apart. The army fragments, the youth turns away from the initial project, and the elites sell their skills to private powers. This tragic reversal of utopia into a security apparatus illustrates the dangers of a policy based on technical ends rather than human emancipation. Thus, Mars turns into a phantom state, carrying a myth that has lost its essence. The belt, finally, represents the true critical anchor point of the work. It condenses the various tensions of an unequal global system: exploitation, dependency, and a lack of sovereignty. The Belters are thus the workers of space, laboring under extreme conditions to ensure the energy survival of the inner planets. Their marginalization is total. They possess neither air, nor water, nor gravity. Their bodies are formed by years of living in microgravity. Their language, Belter, a Creole language, was constructed by linguist Nick Farmer for the series. It is the speech of the Beltalauda, the Belters, or Centurions in French, residents of the asteroid belt and the outer moons of the solar system. If you wish to learn it, visit the Langbelter quick reference site, which has a condensed dictionary and grammar. The Outer Planets Alliance, OPA, is not a unified structure. It represents the conflicting diversity of belt ambitions, from rebels to criminals, diplomats to anarchists. This diversity shows the lack of a nation-state, as well as the richness of a growing political awareness, pulled between practical autonomy and identity affirmation. The Expanse stage is a universe where conflicts are not only ideological, but rooted in the unequal distribution of resources, the segmentation of spatial labor, and the differentiated territorialization of emptiness. The most peculiar artifact, the protomolecule, serves as a lens for its control mechanisms, not as a remedy. It destabilizes power relations by introducing a radical otherness, yet it resolves nothing. It just shows how fragile the already unstable balances are. The series cleverly depicts its systemic tensions. Through its aesthetic choices, fixed shots, muffled sounds, and stretched temporality, it creates a physical sense of space, unusual in contemporary works. Physical realism serves as a distancing tool that compels the viewer to question the concrete issues of survival in extraterrestrial environments. The dialogues, often dry, are as much ideological duels as they are exposition scenes. The novels, on the other hand, explore the mental layers of the universe. They allow for the exploration of the mechanisms of radicalization, the circulation of ideologies, and the gaps between collective representations and individual experiences. As for the game The Expanse, a Telltale series, it represents a type of interactive involvement in the moral dilemmas presented by the universe. The heroine is Kamina Drummer, the second in command of the ship Artemis, a crew of scavengers from the Century. Distant from the comforts of inhabited planets, the storyline takes place prior to the events of the TV series and delves into Drummer's largely unknown history, a character defined by survival, loyalty, and the persistent conflict between individual independence and group obligations.
I've been here forever. When there is such a great treasure, I do my job to find out. These coordinates on this data drive are meant for the MK core.
We have a job, Aradna.
Crocs assured me of a genuine salary. He said, give me 3 months and you won't have to work again. I've heard it before.
Whatever it is, it can always be what you need to support the belt.
Should we invite that kind of attention?
No game. It's time to see what all this work is about. We have been blocked. Aren't those the Pashangwalas res? What do you think we should do? There is no good option. No matter what you choose, we will be wrong. And it's your job to decide.
When you find what's at the other end of these coordinates, the whole system will be on your back.
What are you waiting for? Get to the stations. At my order, lose a PDC panel, then turn and burn. Just like in the show. But this time, no dolls to keep you amused, huh? I hope what I do on this ship can make up for my past mistakes.
No matter what this treasure is, the only thing we know is that it will change everything. So, will you spend the rest of your oxygen feeling sorry for yourself? Or will you get to work?
In this universe, space isn't a blank canvas, it's a place already charted by powerful interests. Resistance exists in mixed dialects, unstable alliances, and silent uprisings. Thus, space becomes a place of social wear and organized scarcity, of unseen struggle.
Can I ask you something? Hey, Miss Earth. Infinite blue clouds. Water flows to the horizon. What is she doing in that place?
I have something for you. Case of the lost girl. I need a person to yell.
Stop talking. I'll show you something that changes everything. someone who will do all to stay calm.
There's a game happening here. If you want to end it, then let's move. Be careful how long it lasts. Death has ended.
This is something new.
The comic miniseries published by Boom Studio fits discreetly into this set. Set between seasons 4 and 5, it refocuses the narrative on Ava Zarala and Bobby Draper, a complex figure of power and dissent. Without revolutionizing the series' mythology, these pages allow us to see how power is bargained on a different scale, shifts, and is renegotiated. The comic reminds us, if necessary, that in the Expanse, every power is a stage of politeness. Goodbye. See you soon, and don't forget, science fiction. It's divine.